Hey everyone, so this is going to be my breakup video, and I've been putting this video off for so long. A little bit about my story. I was dating someone who was in the Army. We went to school together, but we never really talked, and we started talking over Facebook, and everybody had told me, like, Heather, you need to stay away from him, you need to stay away from him. And I was like, people change, like, he's been over there for almost a year, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be a complete jerk. So we talked from January until March. He asked me out. He's like, I really don't want to ask you out online, but I really like you and I really want to see where this goes. So he asked me out. We started dating March 14th, and he came home on Mother's Day in May. And he did not invite me to the airport, and I was very confused about that because I'm your girlfriend. You're telling me you love me before you've even really hung out with me, and normally guys don't do that, so I thought that you were real about this. And he said that the reason why I didn't get invited was because he didn't know where he was going to land. Well, your family was there and your ex-girlfriend was there, so that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. But, I mean, if you didn't want me there, I understand. I just wish you would have been honest. And, like, I'm not that kind of person. If you don't want me somewhere, then I don't want to be there. Like, it's just that simple. So, he was charming and sweet, and he was a country boy, and he was a cowboy kind of thing, and he had a big truck, and he liked hunting and fishing and country music, and it was just like, everybody's like, okay, Heather, we're sorry for saying what we did about him, he's perfect for you. Like, he played Xbox with me, like, we watched movies, we were just silly and happy. But there was something about him. I'm just going to go ahead and point that out. If you're dating someone and there's red flags that you shouldn't be together and that there's just weird things that just doesn't make sense to you, you need to go ahead and leave. Because I didn't listen to my heart, and look where I'm at now. So, he was drunk every night that I came over, and I'm sitting here in my mind, and at first I was like, okay, I'm kind of upset about this, and then in another mindset, I'm like, you know what, I'm being like the worst girlfriend ever. He just got back home from Afghanistan, and I'm worried about him drinking. Wow, good job, Heather. Great girlfriend you are. But then it kept getting worse. Well, then we'd go days without talking, and then, unless I replied, like, unless I was like, hey, what are you doing? And even then, he was really distant. His ex-girlfriend, he told me in Afghanistan that his ex-girlfriend that is friends with me, like, we're not really good friends, but we were really close in high school, kind of. Like, we always took up for each other. If somebody gave her hell, I would give them hell back, and vice versa. She would always take up for me. And he broke her heart the same way that he broke mine. And she's like, Heather, I love you. I don't care if you date him. I'm not mad at you. I know that he's very charming, and he says what he says, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm in love. Like, she said, I know because I've been there. And she's like, just please be careful. And she told me that. I had a couple other people tell me that, and I didn't listen. We got into it because I had stayed the night over there, and I had left my phone charger at my sister's because they live across the street from each other, which is kind of awkward. But my sister doesn't live there now, so that's a completely different story. So my phone died, and my sister was wanting to get a hold of me, so she texted him, and she's like, hey, can I talk to Heather on your phone? He's like, yeah, sure. So I was in the car or the truck with him and his brother, and we went to Lowe's. And he was acting really distant. Like, he would hold my hand for like 5 seconds, and then he would just like back off, and like he did not want to be close with me. Like, I mean, I don't want to do like the whole PDA thing where we're just like this close together, but you know what I mean, it's nice to hold hands in public sometimes, and he would do that every time. Like, he'd grab my hand and we'd just like hold hands until we went out to eat or we were in the car. Like, it was just completely different. Like, I was dating a completely different person. It was weird. And so we were in the car, and I know that this is going to sound bad. It's going to sound like I was trying to, but I really wasn't. He had a Droid, and it was really, like, I'm not used to Droid. I have an iPhone, so I was trying to click back, and I'm used to just having this middle button. So I was pressing the home button. I was like, crap. So I went through the text messages, and he had a bunch, and there was this one girl, and he's like, I can't see you tonight. I'm sorry. And I know it wasn't his family, so I asked him about it, and then he deleted the text, and then he lied about it. And he was just like, we picked his friend up because his friend was drunk, so he picked him up, and then he took me home, and he was like, what's going on with you? Every time you talk to her and my ex-girlfriend and so and blah, 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 like, I'm not going to put names in here, But he's like, you get paranoid and you think I'm going to cheat on you. I've told you a million times I'm not going to cheat on you, and you still don't believe me. And I just started bawling my eyes out in front of my grandmother's house. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, can we just talk about this? Like, I trust you. I'm just paranoid because I care about you so much and I don't lose you. And he's like, no. And like, he just like backed off. And I was like, will you call me when you get home? And he's like, yeah. So he calls me and I was like, do you still want to be with me? And he said, yes. And I was like, well, are we okay? And he said, as far as I know. The next day, my grandmother invites him to a cookout. He says yes, and he has her to call me. So she calls me, tells me about the cookout. I'm like, okay, he's cool with coming over. She's like, yeah, he wants to. It's like, all right. So she told me that he wanted me to call him. And at the time, I know I've had like so many problems since like the summer, but I had an ovarian cyst and I was in so much pain. And he was like, how are you doing? Are you feeling better? And I was like, no. He's like, well, maybe you need to go to the doctor. It's like, I don't have no one to go with. So he's like, well, I'm meeting someone off Craigslist for my brother's truck. I'd go with you. I was like, okay. He's like, so we're going to a cookout tomorrow at your grandmother's. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he was like, I'm going to the racetracks after I meet the guy off Craigslist, and I'm going with my 2 friends, and I'll call you when I get home. I love you, baby. Click. Next day, I text him about the cookout. He's like, we need to talk. Things aren't going to work out. It's over. He texts me. Doesn't have the nerve to call me, will not even give me an explanation. All I had was, you're not like the females I usually date. It's not going to work out. So, then I started talking to someone that was in the Marines, and that was a mistake because all it brought back were memories, and I was scared he was going to do the same thing. So, I went over to my ex-boyfriend's house when I was dating him, which was not the best idea. Sorry, my phone just rang. Like, we didn't do anything. We were just playing Xbox like we normally do. And, he was, like, flirting with me, and, like, he was tickling me, and, like, we were just flirting like we used to when he first got home. And, it was really sad. I realized then, Heather, why are you putting yourself through this? And I wanted to be friends with him so bad. My ex-boyfriends in the past, I did not care. I did not want to be friends with him. I did not think it would work out. I just did not have the urge or the heart to even be friends with him. But him, there was just something about him. I wanted to be friends with him. I was like, at least he's in my life. And, you know, when you date someone and you have to go past the road every day to get to your family member's house, it's hard. Like, you know, just memories just like floating around in your head all the time. And like, I just realized that that wasn't good for me. And in order for me to move on, I just had to stop. And then a couple months ago, he asked me to come over and bring him beer for him and his friend. And I went over there and he was like all over this girl that he went to school with. I went to school with her too, but I did not know her. Like, I've heard of her, but I did not know who she was. I broke down and cried in front of his friend, and he's like, I'm sorry, you don't deserve this. You know, he's who he is, and he's always going to be like this. He's a good friend, but not a good boyfriend. And I broke down like I was done. You're sitting here and your heart's broke. You're sitting here listening to these sad songs, and you're just like, I miss him so much. But I mean, you really will get through it. It may take some time. It may take, you know, a lot of pushing yourself out there to get out and do stuff that's fun, that you enjoy. And that was the main thing for me. You know, I laid in bed for months and I was just depressed. Like, from even on my birthday, on my 21st birthday, I was sitting here and like all I thought about was him. And from July until mid-September, I was just like, I think actually until I tore my ACL, because now I think that is my ACL because it's so stressful. But I was just sitting there, and then like I just got a feeling one day, and I was just like, Heather, you need to do something. Like, I was just telling myself, like, what are you doing? Like, he is not worth your time. I care about him, I still love him, and I miss him occasionally, but I deserve way better than what he treated me as. I deserve way better than a text breakup. If you're going to break up with me, at least give me a reason and don't do it over a text message. You know, at least call me. I really would prefer you to meet up with me, but I understand that most of the time that doesn't happen. So at least, you know, call the person. That's just not right. But finding things that really make you happy, like running really helped me. Spending time with my friends, like, this is something that I got told. Go out, and spend time. At first, you're going to hate it. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be depressed. You want to go home and just crawl back under your bed, get under the covers, and just like hide from the world. But eventually, you get to the point where you get used to going out, and then you want to go out more because it actually makes you feel better. Like, it's very, very tough, I know. And when you're young, you think the world's going to end when you don't work out with one person. But I promise you, you will find someone that makes you so happy. And you're going to look back and say, why did I put myself through that for as long as I did? Especially when you had signs like I did. And if you ever want to talk about anything, about a breakup, or have any questions, just comment down below, send me a message. I don't care. I will talk to you about it. Like I said, it's a hard thing to go through, you know. Just make yourself happy. Surround yourself with people you love. Try not to think about it. And do not get on their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram. And I even got to a certain point where I was like, after today, I'm not going to cry over him anymore. And I cry occasionally. Like, I know that sounds really sad, but, I mean, it's not the fact that I miss him now. It's the fact that I got screwed over the way I did, and I did not let myself go away from that. I should have walked away. You know, there were 2 times when I just came close to saying, I can't do this anymore. But I just kept giving him that hope that things were going to get better and things were not as terrible as I was making them out to be. But like I said, surround yourself with people that you love and just do things that make you happy. Focus on you, because when you focus on yourself, you're going to make yourself happy. You're going to be a better person. You're not going to be worried about, you know, your ex-boyfriend or who he's dating or what he's doing. Just keep yourself busy to the fullest extent that you can, because sitting in the house eating a tub of ice cream, watching The Notebook does not help. Listening to sad country love songs doesn't help. You know, at first it might, because it gets you a good cry, and then you're just like, I feel better now. But after that, just don't do it. I mean, once you feel like you're comfortable with listening to your favorite songs or the songs that you and your boyfriend or your significant other listen to, that's fine, but just make sure you're to that point, because if you're not, it may make you really sad, and I've been there, and it's not fun at all. So, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and like I said, if you have any questions, comment or message me, but you will find someone, and you will be a more happy person. Just give it some time. I know that's not what you want to hear. I know that you just want to hear their voice on the phone, or you just want to be back together with them. But if they did any of the things that they did to me, what I said that he did to me, to you, like, they're really not worth it. Involving yourself in stuff that you enjoy doing. Try something new. Like, trying something new really helped me. Like, when we broke up, I made a summer bucket list, and that was so interesting, because I've had a bucket list, but I don't really actually write it down. Like, I just mentally say, oh, I want to do that. I want to, like, jump from an airplane, which not really, because I hate heights. But, you know, just make a list of things that you want to do that you haven't tried, or something crazy, like going on a scavenger hunt around town. Just stuff like that, because, I mean, it really does make you feel better. And like I said, at first, it may not seem like that, but I promise it will be better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions, just post below and comment, rate, subscribe.